Hi everyone, Balwinder Marwaha here from the Inside Out Institute. I have another segment for you about fear. That's right, fear. We all face fear. It's this amazing thing that has the ability to control us and buckle us down and prevent us from doing all sorts of things in life. What's really interesting about fear is that we cannot feel fear, we cannot touch fear, we cannot see fear. It's not something that we can just grab. It's always there. It's always bothering us. It's always in the back of our mind. But none of our senses can actually get to it. So what's crazy is that the only time fear really serves us any purpose is when we're actually threatened by somehow, whether it's physical distress or somewhere where there's actual danger to us. That's when fear serves a great purpose. Aside from that, fear is no good to us at all. And there's an acronym for fear, which is false evidence appears real. And that's what fear is it's made up thoughts in our mind. And these thoughts come from other people, other places, other experiences, whatever they may be. So I want to talk to you about some of the fears we have through life and how we can get away from them. So the first fear I want to talk to you about today is being alone. Everyone has this fear, and so many people have come across it of being alone or loneliness. And when I say being alone, I don't mean it by being single. It's loneliness. It's feeling alone. You could be in a relationship, you could be happily married, but still feel alone. And some of the reasons that happens is it's really about self-discovering. It's finding out, hey, what makes me feel lonely? What is it that I go to others for to get motivation or positivity? What is it that makes me feel unconnected? So a lot of the times this feeling of loneliness or feeling of alone is actually from within ourselves. That feeling of loneliness or aloneness is because we don't love ourselves enough. And self-love is so important that we forget how important it is to love ourselves. And when we start to look within ourselves and really discover what we're really capable of and what we have and the gifts we've been given, that's when we truly realize that there's so much to us to love and appreciate. And when you start to love yourself, you don't feel that loneliness anymore. And it's really discovering your talents and your passions and your greatnesses, the things that make you you. And when you discover those, you truly fall in love with yourself. When you fall in love with yourself, you don't feel alone. And not only do you not feel alone, you help others that feel alone get out of that aloneness. So that's how you can overcome the fear of being alone. The next thing we fear is success. And we don't realize we fear success, but what happens is we get so comfortable in our current zone. We get comfortable in where we're at because we feel like, hey, this is just where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to just be in this area, this circle of life, and this is where I'm comfortable. If we go below that area, if we go above that area, our automatic reaction, our subconscious, which is meant to keep us safe, says, hey, well, I'm not used to this. I haven't been in this territory before. How do I get back into this territory I've been in? So when fear of success comes up, there's a couple of things. One, remember, you will never be able to please everyone, okay? As your success increases, people are going to expect more of you and they may want you to please them more. And you know what? That's okay. You don't need to please everyone. At the end of the day, who do you need to please? Yourself and God. And as long as you've pleased those two people, you've served your purpose. So when it comes to success and you want to move forward in life and you want to grow, the biggest obstacle is your subconscious mind. And what your subconscious mind does, like I said earlier, is it keeps you in your comfort zone. So in order to get out of that comfort zone, what you need to train your subconscious mind on is, how does my life look when I'm more successful? So if I have more success, paint that picture in your mind, write it out, and repeat it regularly. Look at it regularly. And this is part of that goal setting we talked about earlier, is that with success, you really need to let your subconscious mind know that I'm ready for more success. I'm ready to achieve more. I'm ready to become more. And when your subconscious mind has played that scenario out, you've pictured yourself earning more money, you've pictured yourself more fit, you've pictured yourself laughing or smiling more or having more love in your life, whatever it may be, your subconscious mind is ready for that. And when it comes, it accepts that. It doesn't put you in a position where it says, whoa, I'm not used to this area. I need to get back to where I was because that's where I'm comfortable. So play that success scenario in your mind and let your subconscious know that, hey, success, I'm coming. And when it arrives, be ready for it. The next thing is getting to success is failure. And on the way to success, we have failures and we fear these failures. And again, fear, failure, they really go hand in hand. Failure is something our subconscious mind, again, is not good at. So when it comes to failure, you need to ask yourself many questions. The first question is, hey, what's the worst case scenario that's going to happen if I do this and I don't succeed? Well, you might have spent some time, you might have grown a little bit, you might have learned some things on the way, but really, what is the worst that's going to happen if you fail? So just assess that. The next thing is, without failure, you cannot realize the value of success. If you always got what you needed or wanted or strived for in your first go, you wouldn't appreciate or value that success. So failure is a very, very important growth system for us. Think about when we're kids and we're learning how to walk. You know, we stand up and we're kind of wobbly and then we take a step and we fall. Well, if after we fell, we never got up again, we never would have learned to walk. So you're going to fall many times. And the best part is it's okay to fall. It's okay to fail because that is what's going to make us stronger and get us more ready for success when it comes. The next thing we fear a lot is change. The biggest thing are lifestyles. When things really happen and we have to make a big change in our life, whether it's work or career or where we live, that change comes and all of a sudden our walls up. And again, that's our subconscious mind is like, hey, I'm not used to this. I'm not comfortable with this. So when change happens and you need to be okay with change and you don't want to be afraid of it, there's a few things you want to do. Is one, allow the process to happen naturally. Be open to it. And really what you need to tell your mind is that I'm okay with this change. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to work with it. The next thing is focus on what you can control. We often get caught up with what we can't control. And you plan your day for a beautiful day. You go outside, you're dressed without a jacket, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a storm. Well, you can't control the storm. So change came, you can't really change your outfit because you didn't bring one, but what you can focus on is how you're going to react to that. So control what you can, and what you can't control, things that are out of your hand, don't worry about them. There's nothing you can do about it. Really focus on what you can control. A lot of times that's your feelings, that's what you think, and that's going to allow you to accept change a lot more. And then the last thing is when change comes, find out, hey, what can I get excited about? When this change happens, what are the good things I can really get out of this? Or what's exciting about this change? There may be 101 negative things, but if you look for those 1 or 2 exciting things, that change is going to be a lot better for you than it will be if all you think about is, oh my God, I have to deal with this, oh, this happened. So embrace that change. Look for the best in it. Find out what's going to be the best. What's the best outcome of this change? The last thing that we fear all the time is criticism. Absolutely, we get criticized for everything. And I'm sure there's someone watching this video right now, watching it and saying, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And that's okay, because like I said earlier, you cannot please everyone. People's thoughts, you cannot control them. What they think, what they say about you, how they judge you, again, that's out of your hands. So don't worry about it. As long as you know you're doing the right thing, you're doing what's right for you, you're doing what God has sent you to do, then you're okay. The next thing is, who are you surrounding yourself with? If you're surrounding yourself with people that are criticizing you constantly, are you hanging around the right people? Are they the right people for your growth? Are they the right people who are going to help you succeed or not be afraid in life? Because if these people are constantly criticizing you or telling you you're not good enough or telling you you need more, then they're not the right people for you. So really look at who your company is. There's proven studies that say the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with are the 5 people you're going to be most alike in the real world. And then the last thing is people will be jealous all the time. People will be jealous of your success. They'll even be jealous of your failure because you might be getting attention. Again, don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about what people do. Don't worry about what people think. Focus on yourself. Focus on that self-love I talked about, and really focus on what you can do to get away from fear. Thank you very much. I'll be back again with another topic next week.